Hey AG kids, we are so thankful to see all that God is doing in your lives week after week as you attend AG Kids on Sundays. But as you learn, we know that you have all kinds of questions, and we want to answer those questions. And so we're starting this new project called Ask Pastor Noah, where you have the opportunity to ask your questions, and I'm going to do my best to open the Bible and give you answers. This first question comes from two kids, Caleb and Bishop. They both asked the question, how was the Bible made? That's a really interesting question. Here's how I'd answer that. The Bible, which comes from the Greek word which means book, is God's book. It's actually made up of 66 smaller books, 39 in the Old Testament, 27 in the New Testament. It was written in 3 different languages over a period of more than 1,000 years by more than 40 different authors on 3 different continents. This Bible is so diverse, but it tells one main story. It has all kinds of authors who wrote about all kinds of information, but it tells us this one thing. It tells us the story that God saves sinners through the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. But I think you're wondering, how did all these books get chosen? What was the criteria for that? Surely there were books that didn't get chosen, and you're right. When the Bible was agreed upon by the people of God, when it was written, there were 5 criteria that they followed. Number 1, was it written by a prophet or an apostle of God? Somebody who was given the task by God to speak for him, who had met Jesus and been with Jesus? That's number 1. Number 2, was the prophet or the apostle confirmed by an act of God? Did God work miracles in or through their life to prove that God had sent them? Number 3, does it tell the truth about God? There are some books that are written about Jesus and about God that just don't tell the truth about him, and those don't get included. Number 4, does it have the power of God? When you read it and you follow it, does it transform your life to look more like Jesus and to follow him and love him more? And number 5, was it accepted by the people of God? When God wrote these books, he wrote them through human authors, but the Bible tells us in 2 Timothy 3:16 that all scripture is breathed out by God, and it's useful to do 4 things: to tell us what not to believe and what to believe, and how not to live and how to live. And so here's my question for you. If this is how the Bible was made, God breathing out his word, and he wrote it with all these authors and all these places and all these languages, and he did all this work to give us the Bible, what should we do with it? My question for you and your family to consider is this: what place should the Bible have in your life and in your home? Talk about that as a family.